I lost my pineapple. The pineapple's gone. Lost those gentlemen too. The world's falling apart around me. It's all collapsing. It's all good though. Welcome back to One Man's Tracks, everybody. Hopefully all this can stay up for this whole entire episode, entire review even. Today we're jumping into an album by a band that stretches their rock chops in sort of whatever direction they feel, from punky to poppy. This band's kind of got a little bit of everything, plus a couple of sort of funny but also really gross fart sketches, making the overarching feeling of this album feel ultimately punky. Coming out of the USA in 1986, this is the Descendents. Enjoy! With some timely cover art, and the back's got an empty toilet roll. How your supplies doing, everybody? The Descendents certainly enjoy themselves making this. While this eclectic assortment of tracks may have done a great deal in broadening the Descendents fan base back in the day, ultimately it creates a bit of a disjointed album listening experience, especially the first half of this one. That said, the band makes it pretty clear that they don't really care and they're just out there to enjoy themselves, have fun, and stretch out whichever direction they feel like in that particular moment. They waste no time letting you know what the underlying attitude of the album is, coming straight in with the title track, Enjoy. It's a song about smelling your friends' farts, trapping them in a car with all your nastiness, and essentially I think this song serves to say that the way they show that they love each other is by being as gross as possible around each other and really not caring about too much. It's the only track that has the lyrics in the liner. I missed. The track itself is fairly simply structured, with high-tempo hi-hats, a simple descending bass line, and gruff vocals over top of it. It's a quick little intro full of fart noises and dumb skits on top of it all. It's a bit of an ear-beating of an intro, to be honest. I'm not sure how intentional the track listing of this album was. It feels pretty shuffled and randomized to me. That, all paired with the bit of genre experimentation they do and one more pretty obnoxious skit, it creates such a confusing listening experience for me. It really makes this album hard to get into and actually listen to all the way through, instead of having to at least skip one or two of these. For example, this second song is a Beach Boys cover, of all things, of the song Wendy. It's pretty great, and it might be one of my favorite tracks on the album, really. It stays true to the tempo and the style of the original, but with these instruments that are 20 years newer and just make a little bit more sound, and a rockier vocal delivery that ties this one together quite nicely. But it doesn't fit here in the track list at all. It's almost as if having this one follow the intro makes the band seem like they're farting on this fun little cover that they did. The third track slaps back in with that quick, loud, goofy punk attitude of the first track. This song is called Kids, and it's got me manically jumping around, bouncing off whatever's around me. Kids on Coffee. Should probably be the real title of this one, as it is what is repeated over and over again. Kids on Coffee! Kids on Coffee! Great fun manic delivery style and fun, fast, punky instrumentals. This one's cool. I like it. And with a quick quip about nuclear tits getting off my earth, this one's gone about as fast as it came in. Moves right along to Hurtin' Crew, a hard-ripping rock song about being a struggling band being told their lifestyle isn't good enough. It's rowdy, but with more direction than the Coffee song. An energy-shifting time change, and even manages to fit in a sing-songy reference with poo in it. All in all, I hope the Descendents are happy with this one. The band shifts into a more interesting genre fusion-y, maybe proggy, new wavy, punk rocky sort of vibe on the next track, Sour Grapes. A frustrated track with anti-new wave sentiments, but a new wavy type chorus. It makes me think that the band's sort of into self-deprecation as a kink at this point. And if all that wasn't enough, the chorus is even a little catchy. When the track Get the Time comes on, I can't help but be taken back to those early 2000s Linkin Park Green Day vibes on this track. Of course, recorded about 15 years before those, it might have served as inspiration for those bands, as this is just a simple pop rock feel. It floats on really nicely, but the idea was pretty solid and sound and simple that it's been used over and over again, and I'm just exhausted by it. Good song, but an overused style. And it leads into the song Orgo Fart, which is just the band members cackling maniacally, farting into the microphone and just laughing and saying, "Oh, no, I got a good one, come on, no, bring it over here, stop the music." It's funny the first time, it's completely obnoxious after that. Being smack dab in the middle of this album between the two softest pop pieces, it's so disorienting for me to keep moving forward with this unless I just skip that track altogether. Straight to Cheer, which is the catchiest, most radio-friendly song on the whole album. Once again hitting me with those nostalgic early 2000s, late 90s rock vibes. This one's upbeat and has me grooving in my seat even if I have to pause it to write something out. I think they could have even stretched this one a few verses longer even. And I don't say that about a lot of music. While I don't love the lyrics on the song 80s Girl, I can appreciate the interesting fusion of genres and styles they have on this one. There's that guy. Come here. Oh yeah, got him. That's a dead bug. It's surfy, new wavy, rocky, and still maintains those underlying punk vibes. There's cool tempo changes between the verse, hook, and chorus, but I guess I just don't relate to the 80s that much. Sorry guys. On a similar tone to the track Sour Grapes, punk rock takes one last charge on this album with the track Green. It's a song that battles with the duality of wanting/hating money and having and hating money with a simple but poignant chorus of "You're seeing green, I'm seeing red," and lines like "I covet what I hate." This song is super punky and hard rocky to the core. It's also a cool insight into this band's on-again, off-again timeline, but it seems to be a decent strategy to work these things out right in front of everyone on their albums because they remain together to this day. Closing out this album with the song Days of Blood. It's a huge, slow-building, punk metal crossover track that ends up taking over a quarter of this album's runtime. Unable to resist transitioning through various other rock styles, the Descendents tell an anti-capitalist tale through symbols like life and news and blood and money, and laments over the sacrifices that are inherent with the system that we are currently living in. Look at me, I'm being oppressed! I'm being oppressed! Accompanied by smashing drums, this one finishes off with the brutal repetition of just one word. Fire! Fire! A rowdy epic that leads into this wild, adventurous instrumental, Orga 51. As short as it is, it slowly stomps and builds its way to a wailing, ripping crescendo. Constantly subverting my expectations, they managed to end this off unexpectedly to me really nicely. It's not entirely a disjointed and discontinuous mess of an album, but ultimately the lack of cohesion sinks this record for me. If you find it for a buck or two, try it out. It's a quick little, fun little, goofy little project released by SST Records, I believe. With lots of variety, I don't think they fall very short on many of their various stylistic musings. I certainly enjoy them the best when they're ripping hard with their punk rock, but that's just like, my opinion, man. I'm glad it's found its way to me. It's a novelty, and I'm gonna hang on to it. Subscribe here, listen down there, like the video. You know what you're doing. You're on YouTube. You made it this far in the video. Enjoy! Smell my farts! Enjoy!